Hello and welcome back to Time Sweeps. I'm Wyatt.
I'm Connor.
And I'm Gary. And this week we're talking about hot takes, but with music. And we're back.
All right, folks. So, what are your musical hot takes? I know Wyatt has a
I've
lot of
I've got a
them.
lot.
Yeah.
I feel like we should start out probably a little.
Wyatt has the most out of all of us, to be honest.
Probably. I have a very distinct image of what certain things are because most people are just wrong on some things.
Uh-huh.
And
Or
when I
just
refer to
wrong.
that,
On
I mean
a very opinion-based topic.
no, a pop punk is not opinion based. That's just an oxymoron, and you're stupid.
Okay.
Punk is the antithesis of being not pop.
Okay.
Pop punk does not exist.
All right.
What we call pop punk is just pop.
Okay.
It is popular music, therefore it is
Aight.
pop. It is off the bat. I get really passionate about this because I used to be in a situation where I would get into an argument about this almost weekly because pop punk does not exist. It is the opposite. There is bubblegum punk, which would be the Ramones. Pop punk,
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy, that's just crap.
Mm.
Calling it pop punk,
Middle school Connor would say otherwise, but that's another topic.
it's just like jumbo shrimp. Yes, there is a large shrimp, but that name is an oxymoron. It does exist, being an oxymoron. But when it comes to something that is subjective as popular and being against being popular, that doesn't work the same as jumbo shrimp.
What about hip-hop?
Hip-hop.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Hippity-hoppity.
It's just hip.
It's hippity with it.
I don't even know if that term...
Zippity-doo-dah.
People still use the term hip-hop in music overall anymore.
Yeah.
It's like it's used, but I mean like like on the 90s, where it was just like hip-hop classics spinning on 97.1 all day long.
Your college FM radio.
They wouldn't even say it like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I haven't heard the term hip-hop used in like a current format other than referring to something that is older.
Yeah.
I have normally only heard it referred to something that would be now considered,
Just like rap music.
old, though.
Yeah.
Because now you have all these different genres, and I've barely heard someone our age using the term hip-hop to describe something that is new and still current, I have never seen. I have only seen hip-hop used in reference to something that is much older. When I say much, I mean easily 15 years.
Mm.
So stuff that's contemporary, I haven't heard much of it referred to as being
Yeah.
hip-hop.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
you would know more about that than I would.
yeah. I mean, there's so much now. Like, it's not just like a group, like one or two groups of people. It's hip hop is everywhere. It's
That's where you have
hip hop and pop
problem
are
of, like,
a lot.
metal.
A lot of hip hop and pop are kind of synonymous now. Like, a lot of hip hop is popular music. Like,
Well, see, I think instead of being hip-hop now, it's just pop music. Instead of popular, it's like...
and that's the thing.
It just is like...
What we would call hip-hop might be still different than what is now pop. Because, like, I wouldn't call, like... If I turned on the radio and I get some crap, like... What would I find on the radio right now? Olivia Rodrigo.
no,
I wouldn't call that hip-hop.
No, God, no.
And I'd certainly... Not a snowball's chance in hell I would ever call Doja Cat hip-hop.
What would you call that?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Like, what do you call that genre of music? Like Katy Perry and, like,
Pop. Straight pop.
straight pop.
Just straight up pop.
That's
Because
what I
there's
thought.
no other place that it can fit into. And anybody that's like, it's alternative. Argument. Alternative means it's not on the radio.
Yeah.
It's alternative punk.
Which, that can exist.
Yeah.
Pop punk
It's
cannot.
pop punk, Wyatt.
Did you know I'm white and black at the same time? No, because I'm literally just white. That is pop punk.
What about mixed people?
We're getting
I
deeper
just
into
roasted
this.
you, bro.
No,
I
no,
just
you
We're
didn't.
not gonna go
destroyed your
down this
world.
hole.
I just destroyed your world.
No, you didn't.
We're not gonna go down
I like
this
to think that I
hole.
just destroyed your world. We didn't even talk about nerd news this week.
Yeah, no, we kind of just got straight into it because
Let's segue
pop
off.
punk makes me extremely angry.
Let's segue off for like a few minutes and talk about some nerd news. Maybe that's what we should do. Is like talk about our topic and then nerd news and then go back to our topic.
You want to do that?
I think maybe because like it gets like people. It'll get people like into the episode and then they'll be like, oh, here's nerd news. I don't really care about this.
and then they
Could
skip
skip
further.
forward. But like.
So that way it keeps them invested
Right,
longer past the intro instead of being like, oh god, they're going to talk about Moon Knight again.
Right. But Moon Knight.
Yeah, but Moon Knight.
I'm confused more now than I was last week.
It's confirmed that they are jackals, not werewolves.
Yeah.
Which I think
They did that a few months ago.
I thought they were. I still thought they were werewolves.
They released the trailer
Just because like
a teaser for like 15 seconds. It was like how to summon jackals.
Oh. Well, I didn't see that ever. So, never mind.
I shared it with you.
I don't look at half the thing that we send in our group chat.
God dang it.
I don't. I really don't. That's a hot take.
Look at every
That's a hot take.
Look at the things I send you people sometimes.
I mean, I see all the
Oh yeah, all the memes and all the
I'm
other
sorry.
things.
all the other things
I'm
that
sorry.
we send in the chat.
Mainly me. I'm sorry.
But like if it's a reel, nah, I don't watch reels because I saw it on TikTok last month.
Fair.
I mean, I don't like reels and like YouTube stuff. Like
YouTube Shorts are usually.
it's just like I saw this a month ago.
I've talked about using YouTube Shorts as a system of putting content on the channel.
Right.
It's like YouTube Shorts. The main biggest reason that seems to be to use it is because YouTube pushes it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's not much else to it.
But anyway, Moon Knight. So we got some like I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast.
I thought you did, but that might just be my memory.
But like I thought I talked about it to you guys at least, but I don't really know. I thought so. My theory was that Steven and Mark were gonna have their two different versions of Moon Knight, which I thought that Steven was gonna be the Mr. Knight, and then Mark was gonna be the badass normal Moon Knight, right? And I don't know if I voiced that anywhere, but I will say I thought of that before this episode. Which is where it's going to be. They could still change things. They could just be like, yeah, Steven, this was a fluke thing because you didn't know how to summon the armor or
Yeah.
whatever.
True.
And then Mark could be like, hey, I got to look nice, so let's throw on that other suit.
Spice it up.
But the suit still gave him, like, super strength and stuff.
Right.
Because, like, he just, like, grabbed that car bumper and just crushed
and
it like
crushed
nothing.
it in his hand and
Yeah,
Yeah.
yoinked the jackal right in the mouth.
right. Which was dope.
Yeah.
In the comics, like the
I
way
think
they're
Steven
associated
just
with
needs
each
to get
other.
some.
Yeah.
Steven probably might honestly become that billionaire funding things if
highly
he just
doubt it.
if he just gets some confidence under his belt.
I think they've made him weird. I just feel like they're going to try to run it into a direction that's supposed to be more less alienating. I
Right.
guess is what I'm trying to say.
And is Layla a character from the comics?
Good question.
Like his wife?
That definitely, I don't remember him. I remember him having a fiance at one point in the comics, but he hasn't within our like lifetimes. I don't think. I definitely remember him having love interest, but I don't know about the term like fiance or wife. And I don't know if Layla. I think she was, because they definitely didn't just make her out of the blue. I don't think. I'm saying this with a lot of think because there's
Right.
a certain amount of things I do know about Moon Knight, and there's some things that are like
Because it's Moon Knight.
pretty much.
It's like what have they kept? And but like it's just, I don't think people who don't know Moon Knight don't understand is how different this series is from what we've seen before.
And that's
Yeah.
Well, and
almost
that's
why
like-
I'm more confused now.
Well, and see, I'm kind of excited to see where they're going with this.
Yeah.
I think they're just.
We
taking
got
it
to see
a
Mark
more
Spector
user-friendly direction.
skewer a jackal last episode.
That was nice
That was dope, I thought.
because
that's the only bit of action we've really gotten that hasn't been blacked out.
exactly that's my entire problem so far. Because there was even that part in this current episode. Spoiler, if you, I guess, and those two people that work for Harrow, whatever. They're just like, you've done some bad things, Mr. Spector. You shot those archaeologists in back of head. You did bad thing. Bad thing you did. You done
Bad boy.
Yeah, and it's like they could have showed him lining up behind them with the gun because they've done stuff in movies like that before with Marvel. That it's just like, oh, something horrible and violent is about to happen. Let's see the exact few seconds before and then pull away, and then on the screen you can see like a flash in the video and then also the sound of gunshots.
Yeah.
But imagine also zooming back in, showing the face of Mark Spector and the intensity in his eye, similar to earlier in the episode when he was walking out of the bathroom after beating the crap out of that jackal and destroying the bathroom. That same look on his face.
Yeah.
Why do you think
That would have tied it together for Steven. The audience would have probably liked it, but it's just...
Right. And what do you think the reason is that he is the only one that can like see the jackals? Is it because he's an avatar?
Probably. Just magic.
Like magic.
When in doubt.
Magic.
And
Magic.
Khonshu, I kind of like his design in this show.
I do enjoy the design. It's not that different from the comics in relative terms. They had to make some adjustments.
Right.
But I really like it.
Well, because Moon Knight and Khonshu weren't like made of bandages.
In the comics,
comics.
He sometimes is.
Really?
Khonshu, at least. I've seen him like
Well,
that.
Moon
I
Knight's
swear.
usually like a normal suit.
It's a suit that he puts on. It's
Right.
not a magic suit that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Which is honestly kind of cool, a cool concept. But like, I feel like they just had to buff Moon Knight up a little bit to be able to play with these MCU cats, you know?
There is a version of his suit that does look like wrappings, though, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That version of the suit has pieces of Egyptian artifacts wrapped into it like a mummy.
Okay.
And that's how, in one comic, he's able to fight these ghosts. And
Ah.
Khonshu punishes him with the idea of, oh, you tried fighting them like normal? That's because I didn't tell you, you stupid idiot. You need to use magic. And Mark is like,
I
you
didn't know.
suck, Khonshu. And Khonshu's like, guess what? You're still my avatar and you're in debt to me. Eat crap. Do my
Right.
bidding.
I had something in my oh, so now that Daredevil is like confirmed in the MCU and the whole Mr. Knight 2 little sticks things, I kind of want there to be like a some
Interaction.
Yeah.
interaction with Daredevil and Moon Knight's 2 stick things, you know?
Yeah.
And I honest to God believe that that's the reason why Moon Knight's not in New York.
Is because he has the 2 stick things?
Not exactly that, but I mean, just because they'd be like, oh, he's a street level character technically.
Where's Daredevil?
Where's Daredevil?
Where's the Defenders?
Where's Spider-Man?
Because even though in the comics it can be just fine.
Oh,
It'd be
also
like, this is a
Spider-Man-
story about this character.
Spider-Man is removed from the opening credits. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
No.
Spider-Man has been removed from the opening credits because he's been forgotten by the
Interesting.
MCU. Or Sony was just like,
Yes, that's what he said.
a lot of time. I mean, I thought it was a thing where like Spider-Man could only be in the beginning credits whenever he was featured.
no, he's been in every opening credit since he's been introduced, I think.
We'll check Eternals and then
God.
Loki.
But
Morbius.
like he's been
We'll check Morbius.
Oh God.
removed from the
God.
little dun, 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 dun. Like he's not in
I
the
am-
the
beginning
M-
intro of the MCU.
Yeah, he's not in it anymore.
Because Spider-Man wasn't forgotten, but Peter Parker
Peter
was.
Parker was.
Yes, Connor?
Yeah,
Morbius?
Or
I
Sony
don't-
was just like,
I don't want to watch Morbius.
See,
Apparently, I saw a really weird scene on TikTok today from Morbius, and it's just this dude dancing, getting dressed, and that's the whole scene.
like, is it any character?
It's
that
not
has-
Morbius; it's the villain of the movie.
Oh, then that's probably why it's even there.
But he's just dancing, and he gets dressed like from pants and shirtless, and he like puts on like we see him put on his clothes, and just he's dancing.
And it just has
Yeah.
no plot relevance at all.
yeah,
Not even any characterization, probably.
I don't.
I'll be honest, that's the first thing I've also seen that actor do since Doctor Who, so good luck now. I honestly have not seen that guy in anything else since he ended his tenure on Doctor Who. And I kind of feel bad for him. I'm sure he's doing just fine. He probably does conventions and other things that I just don't know about. It's just, man,
Who con?
Morbius.
Right.
Honestly,
Oof.
I think if he played Morbius,
Oh, you mean like an actual actor that knows how to do things?
yeah,
Yeah, it would be a better movie.
yeah.
Or if they had anybody that's not Jared Leto. I'm legitimately serious.
Shit, if they
Oh,
asked Taylor Lautner to do
That would
Morbius.
probably
Taylor
be a
Lautner?
little better.
Yeah, or Lautner, whatever the hell.
Get him back in the gym and help him out a little bit because he's probably not in the best of health.
and then for the last part of nerd news,
He put on quite a bit of.
Damn, Wyatt,
Wait.
that's a
No,
burn.
I mean that seriously.
Shit.
Have you seen him compared to what he was? He's like,
yeah, he
it's like
hasn't
Twilight
been
ended,
acting.
and then
He's
his
probably
brain,
a
like,
dad now. Like,
I don't know if he is. It's like he just kind of stopped doing anything.
okay.
Like Twilight ended. That one movie that he was in that wasn't Twilight bombed.
he was in Grown Ups too.
Was he really?
Yeah, and he was fit.
What year was that?
like 2016, a couple years before
Yeah.
what's his name died.
What's his name?
Cameron Boyce.
Oh, yeah, that happened like 2019, didn't it?
Yeah.
Is that how long it's been since he's been dead?
Yeah. Damn.
2013, Grown Ups 2 came out.
What year did the last Twilight movie came out? Did that come out before 2013?
What's it called? Breaking Dawn or whatever.
Part 2, maybe?
Breaking Dawn Part 2, yeah.
2012. So the year
So,
after.
yeah, so that would have been in production when that came out.
Yeah.
Grown Ups 2, that is.
Anyway, Star Wars: The Skywalker saga.
Yeah, that came out,
Lego Star Wars.
and it's beautiful.
It is.
Yeah, it is
so
beautiful.
It's some of the best content to come out in a long time.
Star Wars wise.
Like,
I say
Lego-wise.
wise.
you
Video
get to
game wise.
you get to explore all these environments in entirety. Well, almost all of entirety. Like, you can go in the Jedi Temple and free roam. You can go to the Jedi Archives, Wyatt.
And free roam.
Yes.
And look at things.
Uh-huh.
And you have more content there than
And
most video games ever.
But like, can we just talk about like how this game has like no right looking this good as it does?
I know.
Yeah, cutscene had the mold seam on the hairpiece for Obi-Wan.
Uh-huh.
And I was like looking at it, and it's like not just the line, but the little point that like the plastic is injected.
The injection point, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why?
The
You
lightsabers
didn't
look
need
great.
to do that.
Like,
But the lightsabers
It-
are on
it's
their
honest-
belts.
It honestly does what it needed to do and was be an improvement from Complete Saga, which was considered to be one of the perfect Lego games out there, you know? Like, or just like Lego Star Wars in general has like been like the staple for like Lego games.
Right, that is
But there
the
hasn't been-
quintessential Lego game.
I
mean,
guess it
there-
was Lego Force Awakens, but no one played that.
it.
I mean, it's okay. I've played it. It's okay.
I haven't touched a Lego game, a new Lego game since Complete Saga. I didn't have the Clone Wars one. I didn't have
And I
Force
think
Awakens.
this is a huge improvement since like the last two Lego games that I can even remember being Lego Movie 2 and DC Supervillains.
I didn't play that. Was that fun?
No,
DC
I didn't touch it
Supervillains-
because looking into it, it looked like straight. I have no better way to say it. Straight ass.
well,
The
you
Supervillains
make
was
your own villain, and then you're supposed to do these missions. It's like all you had to do was just make the part of the first Lego Batman game where you play as the villains. You just had to do that. I don't want to make my own new villain.
is that an option in this Lego Star Wars game where you can play the dark side
God,
of the
I
stories?
wish.
No. I don't
'Cause-
think it is.
That'd be dope.
That'd be awesome. Imagine doing Darth Maul stuff,
Right. But then
No.
losing.
doing bounty hunter stuff. That'd be so
Well,
cool.
there was a there were bounty hunter levels and
Well, yeah, there was in Lego Star Wars.
Complete
2.
Saga and Complete Saga.
There was that in Complete Saga.
Yes. And it was a upgrade. Wyatt here has never played Star Wars Complete Saga, the
Not-
console version.
Yeah, not at least on my own I don't own a copy of it because I tried it out at a friend's house, and it's like, oh, this is literally just the same as the two games I already own.
But you don't get Indiana Jones.
I had the Indiana Jones game, which had Han Solo.
Yeah.
So in the end, it's like I'm just paying a price for two games I have already owned and played through all the way 3 times over.
Fair.
So at that point, it's like how they keep releasing Skyrim to me, but I was
Yeah.
less than 10 years old.
Mm.
Was Skyrim was Elder Scrolls even out when we were 10?
Well, Elder Scrolls.
Well, yeah,
like
Elder
the-
Scrolls was a series, but I mean, like Skyrim, the equivalent
like
of everybody
Oblivion
now
and
being like,
Morrowind
it's the
and-
same
yeah.
game, and I was that old then, and I was saying
Yeah.
it's like this is the same game. It's just one instead of two.
Well, it's convenience, Wyatt.
It's
You can't
not.
even get to
It is not convenience if I already own the two games and I don't care about getting out of my chair and switching discs.
What? You could have sold those 2 copies at GameStop and made enough money to
In that
buy
time,
another game and the
hell
game.
no, it did not give me enough money to do that.
A GameStop, especially when we were young, a game was a quarter.
Right.
Yeah, fair.
Getting it back.
And now it's 10 cents.
Yeah.
Mm.
I saw
The most
sold
I've
an
gotten
Xbox
at GameStop from a
360
game
at
is
Vintage Stock for
$8.
$30, just because I didn't want it. I should have kept it for $30, but I was
Yeah, 30
stupid.
bucks. I would have given you more than 30 bucks. And that, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
There's certain things that like you just don't get rid of them because why would I get rid of this? If I have a car, and it's the exact same car,
Yeah.
why would I buy the new model of that car if it is the same specs and all? But
It's a car.
But-
you wouldn't.
no.
You wouldn't buy it.
the one thing that's different is that this knob is a little cleaner when it turns. That's the gunship level. It's the same thing,
Okay.
but this part's better.
Anyway, we should get back on topic for this week's episode.
Music.
Music hot takes.
Hot takes on music.
Okay.
Modern country music hasn't been good in 50 years.
There's 2 artists that are doing it well.
Sturgill Simpson.
Nope.
You're already incorrect.
Nope. The 2 artists that are doing modern country well are Luke Combs.
Nope.
And Morgan Wallen.
Who?
Morgan Wallen.
Which one's that?
He got in trouble a few like last year for
The kid toucher one?
Saying
No.
the N-word.
Okay.
saying the
Oh,
bad
the
word.
N-word one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he the blonde one or the dark-haired
The
one?
dark-haired one.
Okay.
The one who was on The
This
Voice.
shouldn't be a way to narrow this down. That's not okay.
one who was
Because
on
I
The
remember a
Voice.
blonde guy that got in trouble at the same time.
Those are the 2 younger artists who are doing newer country music well.
Argument. Have you heard Sturgill Simpson?
Maybe. Probably. But those are just the
He
2 big
does
ones
it
that come to mind.
Best. He released an album recently that sounds like stuff that would have been released 50 years ago.
There's
No,
also another
technically
artist
like 80
that.
years ago.
I forget his
And
name.
it's like, that was wonderful. So technically it's on that verge of still technically folk
Let me go
music.
to my Spotify account. Hold up.
Which folk music is underserved, I think.
Yeah.
Because folk music also encompasses so much music. Because folk is just a term for anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You have American folk music, and that diverges into good and also just bad. You have the dudes that play banjos, and
Billy
then you have
Strings
the dude
as
with
well.
who?
Billy Strings.
I've never even heard
He's
that
like
one at
he's
all.
a lesser known one, but he's only like 30, and he's doing country music really well for like the time. And it's the same deal. Like it sounds like it's stuff made.
So it sounds like it's older.
It's
So
older.
it sounds like it actually has talent involved and not just stadium music.
Yeah.
Because that's been like the biggest problem I've seen with country music. And Dolly Parton's a huge symbol of it, in my opinion, too. It's that stadium
You
music.
don't like Dolly Parton?
No.
How do you not like Dolly Parton?
I like her as a person.
Working.
I hate that song in particular. I hear that song at work all the time.
That's why you hate it then.
No, I hated it before that, too. Because I used to
Then
hear
you
it
just don't
a
like
lot.
good music then. Because that's
No,
a classic.
Argument, that's a bad song, and it's just only a
That's a hot take. What I'm saying is true. That's a hot take.
No, hear me out. It's like
No.
beer, and people are like, oh, it's an acquired taste. It's like, no, it just tastes like pee.
Beer is an acquired taste.
Acquired taste means it's bad. I'm training myself to like something that's bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Dirt is an acquired taste.
But Dolly Parton is not an acquired taste.
It is.
No, she's not.
9 to 5 is.
You know how many people you're upsetting by saying Dolly Parton
Good.
is an acquired taste?
I don't like 9 to 5.
Most of the
I'm
world.
sure there's a Dolly Parton song out there that I would enjoy,
Jesus.
and it's not
Christ.
9 to 5.
Okay.
So this is
Connor,
really
back
an
me up here.
this
9
is
to
really
5
just
is not
a-
a good song.
This is really just an episode
I
of
could
Wyatt.
give a shit.
This is really just an episode of Wyatt's hot takes because I and Connor are normal, and Wyatt just doesn't like good music.
I like music that's done by actual people. Name the
Dolly
last...
Parton's a robot?
Yes.
Wow.
9
Just
to 5.
Just
isn't
because her
good.
bosoms are plastic doesn't mean she's not made
She
of
is
flesh.
90% plastic. She is a synthoid.
Wyatt. She's a synthetic being. She's not real.
She doesn't exist. It's all a lie.
She is with the birds.
She is part of
She's part of the birds.
God, what's his name? Xi Jinping.
Zorp.
Zorp. It's all part of Zorp's plan.
Hail Zorp.
Hill Zorp.
Uh,
But yeah, as a person, there's not that much problems, and I really just don't like the song 9 to 5. I'm sure she probably does have a song that I would enjoy.
you know, I don't think what I'm about to say is a hot take, but it would surprise a lot of people. So, Michael Bolton, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't make like pumping like hype songs.
No, not at all.
But no one gets me hype like Michael Bolton does.
It's kind of like what's his nuts on The Boys, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Billy Joel helps me deal with murdering people."
I love some Michael Bolton. I love jamming out to that crap. Up to 36, which is how high or 34, which is how high my stereo goes in my car. 34 when Michael Bolton comes on. Let's rock this out. I'll sit in my car if Michael Bolton's on and wait till the song's over, till I go do whatever where I'm at.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't do that for any artist, even the ones I really like.
I do that for Michael Bolton.
I will pause whatever I'm doing because I feel that I just need to get out of my car.
Yeah, but I like driving.
That's fair. That's the thing. I don't dislike driving. I dislike other people on the road.
Yeah, but if you're parking in the parking lot.
Oh, in that case, I'm normally there to do something. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's
I don't
like
care if
have
I'm in a
I have a
rush.
mission. I have to get out of the car.
I don't care if I'm in a rush. Like I have to be at work in 10 minutes. I will sit in my car and listen to the rest of the Michael Bolton song.
No, I'm at that point. If I'm there, I'm panicking. It's straight anxiety.
I mean, I'm panicking too, but I'm like, God, I have to finish the song before. Like, and I'm like, I'm gonna be late because the song's on.
I think there is one song, now that I think about it, that 3 songs I can do that with. And one of them you don't listen to in a car. And it's John Williams. It's a John Williams piece.
Yeah, you can listen to that in the car.
The way I drive, I am not listening to Yoda's theme while I'm driving.
Why not?
Because
'Cause he doesn't
it's not
wanna-
exactly driving music, is what I'm trying to say.
He doesn't
course
want
it
to
is.
cry.
That's part of it. It is one of the most elegant, beautiful pieces of music ever written. I'm not going to try listen to that while I'm writing or driving.
Why?
I don't know if I have any
Because
music
I don't
outtakes.
want to get emotional while I'm driving.
Why?
Because I have a place to be, I have to get there, and I want the thing that I'm doing to be done.
Yeah.
Why?
Because if I'm doing something, it's worth getting it done. Yes. It's called having a mission and a goal, and the goal must be completed. I'm not taking that from someone who doesn't eat pickles.
I'm not taking that from someone who doesn't swim in a lake.
I don't have any desire to ever swim in a lake.
I don't have a desire to ever eat pickles.
Pickles are better than lakes.
Well,
I would swim in a pickle jar.
that's gross.
It would smell so bad
That's
after a
gross.
while.
I'm just letting them go at
Anyway,
this
Yeah,
point.
get in here, Connor.
Connor, do
I
you have any
don't-
music hot
I
takes?
don't
Drop something.
know.
Outcast is overrated. Respond. Respond.
Respond.
I'm gonna
Respond.
jump over this.
Do it right
Table
now
and-
on camera. YouTube clout. Do it.
God.
I'm just gonna start saying things that'll get you to say something. That was the first one I could think
Diss
of.
Eminem. Diss Eminem.
I don't have a good diss for Eminem.
I know he's undissable. He's a god.
And you don't want to diss him, or we'll get sued.
I'll
not
try-
sued.
I'll
we'll
try
get
it.
We'll get a diss
What?
track wrote about us.
Well, he won't sue.
Actually, that
us.
would be pretty good.
I mean, we'd get huge.
Yeah, that would.
That would
No,
be-
let's start dissing Eminem to get huge right now.
No,
Connor, think of something.
no,
You know more than us.
no.
We need you to do something to get his attention, and then we will blow up in views.
I will not be talking about his daughter. No,
Choose a different topic then.
no,
His
Like
other daughter.
Like his
no.
like his balding head. His forehead gets longer every year, Connor.
Yeah, he's like 48.
Yeah, I know. That's my
No,
point.
he's
I don't
50.
know.
Oh, he's 50
Yeah, he's
now?
actually like
oh,
50
shit.
now.
Okay. Yeah, he's 50.
Do you have any
Fucking
fit-
doctor.
having a
oh,
pic-
he's 49.
Fucking Doctor.
49.
Sorry.
I just used the F bomb. Freaking Dr. Dre went bald years ago. Like
Dr. Dre does what he wants.
yeah, like it's.
Just Connor, I'm trying to get you to just say something that's
I don't-
it's a take. You have to have
I
something.
don't know.
Name something you don't like.
The Loki theme song is overrated. Say that.
That-
And then I'll fight you.
Yeah.
Something, Connor. Come
I'm
on.
Thinking.
I'll give you a prize.
Ben McCreary, one of the best modern composers of our time.
That's not a hot take. That's just facts.
That's a fact.
It's like Michael Giacchino.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't
Different
trying
realms
To,
completely.
I wasn't trying to say a hot take. I was just trying to spit something out there because I believe in it.
You have to have something, Connor.
Michael Gucciacchino. Whatever his name-
Michael Gucci
Michael Gucciano. He wrote the Batman theme.
did The Incredibles.
Did The Incredibles.
Did Doctor Strange, I think. Some other superhero movies, which is kind of sad because some of them are kind of forgettable, and normally his music is very bombastic.
Bum, 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 bum.
Come on, Connor, you've got something.
I don't know.
You have to have
man.
something.
I
Rolling Stones, how do you feel about them?
don't usually listen to the Rolling Stones.
You want to know why?
The Beach
Why?
Boys are a
because
good
you,
band.
for some reason, still listen to the Beatles.
Okay.
That's there's my biggest hot take. That one starts more fights than anything.
What? That you don't like the Beatles?
Yeah, that I think the Beatles are so overrated that it's not even funny, and that John Lennon wasn't even that talented.
How do you feel about Rango?
That it's like there's so many artists to come out. What?
Wasn't it Rango or one of the members of the Beatles?
Ringo is his name. Ringo.
Ringo
That's what I
Starr?
You said Rango.
Rango,
thing.
like Johnny Depp,
Just
Lizard.
the same thing.
One of them died like 60 years ago.
60 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the whole idea that Ringo was actually replaced.
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
No, it wasn't Ringo.
Was it Ringo?
Who's the other one?
Who's the other one
You
with the
mean-
bowl cut?
Was it George?
I mean, there's Paul McCartney. but
Which
Paul-
one is the
Oh,
one
I-
that was the theory that they replaced a dude, though? It wasn't Ringo, I don't
I
think.
don't know.
Was it Paul or George?
It might have been Paul, because Paul's still around.
It's one of the
there was-
guys that's still alive.
Like there was a theory that one of the dudes that died during like the band's height, and they replaced him, and that's why he was slightly.
and they like
it's
like,
basically the Avril
they like
Lavigne
hinted,
thing,
They like hinted
Oh,
that
yeah.
he actually died.
which I think would be hilarious. Of course, that he didn't actually die, and in the lyrics they would be like, "Wouldn't it be funny if we just started talking about like if he died or something?" That's not even the accent that they'd have, but you get the
why
idea.
Are they Scottish?
They're like Irish or Scottish or
died
something.
or
They're all
something.
of a sudden some kind of Gaelic.
They died or something.
Is it George? That's gonna bother me. Someone look it up. Dead Beetle. No, don't look up Dead Beetle. Dead Beetle theory. There we go. Come on, Connor. Yellow Submarine sucks. Do something.
What the I don't know.
React.
I'm thinking.
Start throwing hands at me. Come on, hit me. Hit me.
It was Paul.
It's Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of, like, I don't have my phone, so I can't look it up. Like stuff I don't really enjoy. Like on my the things I hit don't
Creedence
play.
Clearwater.
They're okay. I mean,
We're just gonna start. Gary, just start naming things and see what sticks, and we're just gonna start saying things and see what sticks to Connor. You cool?
Jazz.
Jazz. How do you feel about jazz, Connor?
How do you feel about jazz?
I mean,
Modern interpretational jazz, big band jazz, Dixie jazz.
I mean, I'm from Kansas City. I mean, I appreciate jazz. I don't usually listen to it all that much.
I feel like
but
liking jazz is a hot take.
It really is
Because
for some reason.
especially in like Hollywood, like jazz is always the first genre of music that's thrown under the bus.
Even though there are so many other things to make fun of, and it doesn't help that the first thing that comes up with jazz is always like the SpongeBob joke.
Yeah.
Oh,
Freeform jazz.
Limp Bizkit is shit. There we go.
That's not a hot take. That's just facts.
I know.
That's a hot take.
It's a hot fact. Limp Bizkit is shit.
It's a hard fact. Limp Bizkit is just not good.
Carson Daly is somehow stayed famous.
That's
Somehow.
yeah.
What? Why is he so famous?
Who?
Carson Daly.
No one has an answer. No one.
What's he done?
Also a good question.
Exactly.
I just know him for existing. Honestly,
I just know him now as the person on the Today Show who talks about pop culture.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Sit me next to Carson Daly and Fred Durst.
Oh god, if we should have had two first.
I can
Yeah.
do that.
See?
You could do that.
We could all just sit
You
there.
could do that. Just sit there and talk about pop culture. That's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Literally what we're doing right now. See, it's like his job isn't hard and he shouldn't be able to retain it for any reason other than the fact that he has a name.
Yeah.
It's a music.
What
And what
else?
is there to his name?
What else?
I'll be honest, that's the biggest thing I know his name from.
I'm trying to think about it.
I don't really. I mean, I don't really dig Machine Guns Kelly's new music. It's okay.
I have a
At
question.
best.
I have a question
At
now. I'm
best.
going to interrogate you.
What's up?
You enjoyed his music at some point?
I don't really enjoy it. No, I think it's okay.
Like at any point?
Not really, but
Okay,
like
good.
people are all just like, oh, his new rock stuff is really. I'm
Fallacy.
trying. It's like his new rock stuff is nice and cool. I'm just like, not really.
No, it's just bad.
It's okay. It's okay at best. I mean, it's nice to see that someone's trying to revive that type of music, but like,
It'd
for
be
the-
a shame
like,
if it
or
was
a
somebody that's talented.
but if
I hate
Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly so much. There's actually one thing I do enjoy him in, and it was
What?
a movie that came out years ago, like our freshman year
what was it?
or sophomore year. That's the problem. I don't remember. I
Oh.
don't remember the name of it. It was like a movie where it was an app, and it was like Truth or Dare or something like that, and you either had to say some horrible truth or you had to do a dare.
Yeah, I
And
saw
he is
that.
in
I
that
think
movie.
it was called Truth or Dare, Wyatt.
There was another movie at the same time though that had almost the exact same plot, and I thought that
But
this
that
one
was
had,
like a game show. Like you win money.
no, there was that, and then there was another movie that was the same thing.
Okay.
Like there were two movies at the same time. One was called Truth or Dare, and then there was the other one, and then there was that
Truth
show,
or
that TV
Dare.
show. I swear to God, Gary. I think it was Truth
I have
or
a
Dare,
hot
and I
take.
can't remember.
I have a hot take, but it's not a music related hot take.
You know what? List it. Go. Let's just start going.
I don't like Pete Davidson.
Is that a hot take?
I think
Is
it
there
is,
a reason?
because a lot
is
of people.
there a reason to like
a
him?
lot of people like him, and I always swore to myself if I had a stand up, I'd have a joke in about how my favorite part of Pete Davidson's career was seeing his face get blown off in Suicide Squad.
See, that might get you put on a list, but name a better part in his career. In my opinion, that's the highlight of his entire career. King of Staten Island, I think that was the name of the movie.
It was.
It looks like a good movie, but it's hard to watch it because all I see is his face. And it's like, oh my God, I just want to hit you. I just like every part of him.
How
I'll
is him
say
and
it.
Kim
I will say
Kardashian
it. He is an
together?
insult to my own masculinity. He makes me very insecure about myself because it's like, damn, what am I trying so hard for if this is what people like?
It's because he has a. He just
He's
has
not-
to have a
Probably.
like a.
It's like
fourth
he's
arm.
not funny.
Like
He's
a
not
fourth
good
arm.
looking. What does he have?
I don't know.
Does he smell good?
He has.
He has to smell just like
He has to be
pure
slanging, bro.
something.
Has to be.
That it-
slanging.
that's
I
it.
think he's just a dude.
Barely a dude.
I-
Tom Hardy's a dude. That's just some
no,
dude.
Tom Hardy's a man.
He's
I-
just
I
some
think,
dude.
I think he's just a dude who uses comedy to deal with some shit in his life.
I want to hit him. So bad.
Jesus.
Do you,
I don't like his face.
do you want
It's like a sad pug.
you want me to tell you something that'll make you want to hit him less?
Go for it.
I mean, his dad died on 9/11 as a firefighter.
That's his dad.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So like
We're about to divert. I'm afraid to say something now.
exactly. Which
Ca-
is
See,
why
I don't.
said it.
I don't feel worse. You were saying that like, oh, it might make me feel like him more. It's like no,
Well, not like him more. I just say
it's just gonna get me to stop talking because
How
that's like
old
the
was
ultimate
he on
talking point to be
9/11?
like, oh, it turns out I'm actually an orphan, guys. You can't say anything to me.
He makes jokes about it though.
He does,
His-
but that's
Well,
not the
that's-
point. I'm not him.
He made a joke in a roast that he was like, "Man, that was hotter than my dad on 9/11 or some stuff."
Christ.
Like he made that joke, which is fucked. Like
But,
I
yeah.
don't like 9/11 jokes. Is that a hot take? I don't like 9/11.
I don't think that's a hot take. I think that just makes you a normal person to a certain
Yeah.
degree. Because there's certain things you don't say them unless you are someone who is personally affected by said thing, because then that changes the orientation of said thing.
yeah.
He's only 28,
God, it makes me want to hit
and
him
he's
more.
with Kim K.
I don't get that either. I don't like her either. I don't understand the Kardashians.
I think Kanye is an icon. That's my music.
There
hot
we go.
take.
That's a hot take I have. I hate Kanye music so much.
I love Kanye.
Nothing will get
for the memes.
There is something
Kanye
yeah, for the
Kanye
memes. Yeah,
President 2024.
but there are some things like there's certain things I will just turn it off if it comes on.
Yeah.
Kanye is one of them,
Kanye
Yeah.
is awesome.
and it started at a young age. When
Please
he did
stay off the meds.
He used. It's like me talking about Rob Zombie. It's like, please start drinking again.
Just stay off the meds, guy. You're so much funnier. He's like, this is the real me. I'm off the meds. That's
It's
one.
like, you're
that's the
just
funniest.
unstable.
That's the funniest thing I've ever seen Pete Davidson do is talk about that. He's like, Kanye said that slavery was fake, and he's like, you know how politically wrong you have to be for me to notice? Wrong. And then he was like, and Kanye is talking about how this is the real me. I'm off the meds. Take him.
Take him.
I think that's the one time like I was like, man, that's funny, Pete Davidson, and then I went back to not liking him.
And then you just went back to being a normal person.
But
God.
But yeah, Kanye. This started at a very young age for me.
Yeah.
Kanye's been
I
around
don't
a
know
long
how
time.
he really
like
has.
for especially our age group.
I don't remember what year it came out. I just know I remember being young when I first heard it. And you know the song like by Daft Punk, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye.
He sampled it.
Yeah, and like
Do it.
from that moment on, I was just young enough to be like, "Excuse me, no."
You
Stop.
touched my Daft Punk?
Yeah, that's kind of where I was mentally, and to a
Those are my
certain degree.
parents.
It's like, ew. It's like this is a song I enjoy, and you just.
Those are my parents. Talking about Daft Punk.
It's
by
like
the way.
imagine having your dog, or not your own dog, someone else's dog, and you like that dog. It's a nice dog.
And then you steal
And then
it.
you watch this creepy dude up the street run up to that dog, steal it, shave it, and then say, "This is my dog."
Wrong.
It's like, no. You just violated the dog. That's what Kanye did to that Daft Punk song.
Yeah, I guess that is a hot take. I don't really like Kanye music.
It's
All that
it's
much
not that
either.
good.
He's
I know,
on a lot of people's Mount Rushmore for rap music, or like
which
for-
is sad.
for-
And
I mean,
I know
like-
one person that's gonna contact me personally after hearing me say that, even though they already knew. Also, I think it's wrong that on Instagram that he was able to have like the picture of the skinned monkey, and like nobody cared. Like Instagram didn't even put like a trigger warning over it, and like Instagram will do that for like everything.
I saw a trigger warning over like a knife post.
Literally
on a knife.
just a
Instagram that I
knife.
follow.
and it wasn't. Was it doing anything?
No,
Was it
just
covered in
It
blood?
was sitting on
Oh,
the table.
Here's
This was
here's
a picture of a
here's
skinned monkey.
Here's a hot take for Eminem fans. I thought Revival was okay.
I don't know which one that is.
Yeah.
It
I'm
was
just-
an album.
Yeah, it was an
I got
album.
that much.
It was the album before Kamikaze.
What year is that?
It was, I think it was like sophomore, junior year.
I definitely don't know.
Okay.
That's about the time where I finally discovered MF Doom, and then everything started making more sense to me.
Oh, gotcha.
Because, like, there's certain music that you can see, like, as you grow up,
yeah,
you just change your tastes.
yeah,
And Eminem, when I was younger, was like, oh, this is pretty all right. And then I found all this other stuff.
yeah,
It's like, this.
yeah,
I love this.
yeah.
And it's not saying that I don't like this.
Yeah.
But I've grown into I grew into a different path.
Yeah.
And now I exist, and sometimes it's just hard to do anything.
What's that genre of music called? Like it's like early 2000s music, and like Panic at the Disco used to make that kind of music.
Oh.
Where it was like,
Oh,
Today
what is
it's gonna be a day.
Yeah, what is the exact name for that?
It's not. I mean,
Because I don't know if this
Like,
is a
I
hot
don't know if
take.
The crap
emo.
that scene kids listen to.
I don't know if this
Emo?
is a hot take.
It's kind of emo, but not exactly emo. Technically, a lot of people like to call that area part of pop punk, which is also,
I
No.
love that kind
I
of
will.
music.
I will say that. No.
right. It's
I-
like that doesn't fit the idea status quo that we normally get for pop punk, and I'm definitely sure as hell not calling it punk.
Like I love that kind of music.
Yeah.
Like early 2000s music.
I mean,
I
early
rock out to that.
I mean,
stuff,
it's
like-
just nostalgia for me, to be honest with you.
like especially early Panic at the Disco, which a lot of people didn't like. With like early Panic
Oh,
at the Disco.
Hootie and the Blowfish is a very underrated
And then there's a new Panic at the Disco now.
band from the '90s. Like they had like some great songs. Like
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
Who?
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about. I
Let
feel
Her-
like I've
Let Her Cry. Yeah.
go on.
Shit.
How many albums do they have?
A few. Their first album, like
Because I know I heard the name before, and I can't remember if it's from you having a conversation with me or if I heard it somewhere
Um,
else. Because the name sounds familiar. I'm like gonna go home. I'm gonna open up this big CD book that my dad has that he's gotten from over the years, and I'm just gonna see it sitting there.
Isn't the lead's name Darius Rucker? Like
That
the-
sounds familiar.
because he went into country music after that. He was like one of the only black country
Yeah.
artists for
Mhm.
a long time.
Yeah. Darius Rucker.
Yeah.
I know him.
His vocals are phenomenal. Like he's really
Yeah.
Like,
he
they're-
was in Hootie and the Blowfish.
yeah. He was the lead singer.
Mm-hmm.
It really
Darius Rucker is also like it's kind of a hot take in the country music community. I like some of his songs. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people
Yeah,
don't like
he's
his
a really good,
like his
like-
sound, like the style. That
Yeah.
What does he sound like in comparison to
He sounds like a country music artist. He's just people don't like like some of his songs.
Yeah.
All right.
And like I don't know. He sang for my mom's company does this big music thing every year, and he was the year of COVID. He was like the main event
Well, like
for
the star attraction.
for
Yeah.
like their like music thing. Like it's kind of like employee appreciation thing.
Oh,
I don't know how to sit in these chairs.
I only
want to
be
stupid ways.
one of the other songs. I only want to be with you.
That sounds like so many songs from that era, though. I'm just gonna have to listen to it after the podcast,
Yeah.
so that way when we
Yeah.
pull it up, we don't get in
The
trouble for
Beach
it.
Boys,
What about the Beach Boys?
they're great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
like
take
them a
that. I'll
lot.
take that.
Yeah.
Like, not quite my.
I think that.
I mean, that was
Thing.
a,
But, like, think
that
about
would've been
this.
a hot take in like the 70s.
Think
yeah.
about this though. Like this
No,
is
I'd
coming
argue
from
that
a very
you could
much
make it
like
a hot take now because there's a lot of people that would hear that instantly and they'd be like, ugh. And it's like, you listen to Katy Perry, shut up.
I love the Beach Boys. I think every song that they have is a banger. Not gonna lie,
I don't know about every song.
most of them. The best, my favorite Christmas song is a Beach Boys song.
I can understand that sentiment.
Yeah,
My argument to that, Let It Snow.
yeah, but I said my favorite song, not your favorite song.
I'm making this an argument now.
Roasted. Just ruined your career. No, you didn't.
I have to have a career first. You can't ruin what doesn't exist.
Like, dude.
That's why I can never mind. I'm not making that joke.
It's great. It's great. It's great.
It's
a great
great.
song. It's great.
What other hot
It's
takes
not a
are there?
classic. It's not a classic, but it's my
I'd
favorite.
argue it
Christmas
is a
song.
classic,
I
though.
don't think so.
Okay.
Like a classic to me is like the classics, like Amazing Grace, like Oh Holy Faithful, like
I mean, I don't like
Oh,
those
Holy
are almost
Night.
their own different.
those are
Thing.
like
Because to
those
me,
are
classic Christmas songs is almost like that '50s sound, like you would find with the
Oh,
Beach Boys. In my
here's
opinion.
here's a hot take. I don't like it when people play Christmas music before Thanksgiving.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because there's
Here's
a
a
lot of
hot
people
take.
that'll start arguments with people.
Here's a hot take. I listen to Christmas music year round.
I'm gonna
Excuse me.
I'm gonna break
Excuse
your
me.
neck, Gary.
It could be June, bro. Listening to Christmas music.
All right, which one of us is holding him down? I have an adequate punishment in my head for this. It's gonna sound weird,
I mean-
but first we need to hold him down, and I don't know how to do
It could
that.
be mid-July, dog.
We're taking your nipples.
It could be mid-June, July. I have Christmas songs.
Christmas in July is a thing. But
That's
Right, that
Especially-
is a thing.
Especially Pentatonics, like remixes or like renditions of it.
Their stuff is good.
Specifically the acapella versions of Christmas songs in like summertime and stuff. Like, I
the TV's turning.
I like to sing. I like
helps
to sing
helps you
along
get
with
through
it.
the summer
I know. I just like the sound and I like to sing along.
because there is one that like
I don't get to sing in choirs anymore, so it's how I cope.
that probably I get that. You do listen to a lot more acapella than like me or Connor normally does.
Well, it's because not a lot of normal music has lower parts in it,
That's true.
and
Yeah.
I like to listen to
Yeah.
acapella music because they have those low parts that I find really fun to sing.
Nah.
Okay.
It's all it would do is just
Widen
adding
it out
that
a
light.
little bit.
Make the lighting sharper. Yeah.
But like that's I don't know. I feel like that like it's kind of crappy if you're like I have a low voice, you know, and like I just like to listen to acapella music because I get to sing along better than like because if I'm singing high, one it doesn't sound as good, and two it's usually just I'm joking around.
Yeah.
So acapella music to me is like
It has an adequate bass
Right.
part instead of like a lot of music I've listened to has bass guitar or
Right.
like a stand-up bass in it, but it's not like
you can't sing along to that.
right. You can make noises. Like you have the beginning of like My Name Is Mud by Primus.
Right.
That it's all bass. It's just
Mhm.
all bass and just slapping it around.
What was that jazz piece we played in high school where it started off as a bass part and Steven would always get that?
Oh man. Which part? Which
Shout out
song
to
was it?
Steven. I don't know if you watched.
Steven!
Steven! I don't know Steven.
Really good
I
bass
didn't know him
player.
that well. I just kind of knew him by name. That's about it. All I had with him. Gary knew him a little better than I did.
Yeah, cool guy. Good cook.
I definitely didn't know that.
Good cook.
Steven!
Steven!
Steve-O!
Steve-O!
Steve-O, hot take. I don't like the Jackass movies.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't either. Like, there's so many people, it's like, oh, this is so funny. It's like,
I don't like people. I don't like people intentionally hurting themselves. Thank you.
it's not as... Okay.
No, I always thought that was funny. I don't like the gross parts of it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so much of it. It's
Like there's a part
this is balls.
and like the third Jackass where like Steve-O has his thing out and is just peeing from an upper story onto other people.
right.
You know how mad I'd be if someone peed on me?
Like,
So I would kill someone. Not gonna lie. Put me on a watch list.
put me on a watch
If
list.
someone peed on me intentionally, they're gone. Sorry.
What
Act
if it
of
was a
passion.
sea urchin?
I said someone, not something, bro.
Wait, what'd you say, Connor?
What if someone peed on you to cure like sea?
Okay,
sea urchin
Oh,
sting?
like a jellyfish sting.
yeah.
That actually
Can you
is a
do that for
myth.
sea urchins too?
That yeah.
Can't
That's-
you do
Jellyfish
that for
sting is
sea
a
urchins?
myth,
I
I
knew
think.
that. There's something about it with jellyfish I thought was like an actual thing though.
I don't know.
Or did somebody make that up? So
There's
that way they
always
could be like,
circumstances.
I
I
just
mean,
wanted
like
to pee on someone.
without my consent peeing on me. I'm not a fan of golden showers.
So
I'm so glad you knew where I was going.
you and R. Kelly are not friends.
No, I'm not friends with R. Kelly.
That's a very
Also,
good thing.
okay, here's a hot take.
Smells like R. Kelly
I
sheets.
mean, I hate R. Kelly. I hate R. Kelly with a burning passion, but The Closet by R. Kelly is still hilarious to watch. Like it's just because of the fact that he is such a piece of shit, and like, but it's just.
It's the look in your face that when you say it, it
adds
makes
to
it better.
It kind of adds to it, you know. Like it's just like, wow, this man's a piece of shit, and he's in a closet.
Gotcha.
And on the note of R. Kelly being a piece of shit, we are out of time for this week's episode of the
Are
podcast.
we actually?
I think it's a good stopping point.
What? How far are we in?
55.
You're joking.
No. On the note of
I had no idea that we were that far in.
on the note of R. Kelly being a what'd you say?
Jackass.
We're out of time for this week's episode of the
I didn't even
podcast.
get
Please
to
make sure to
actual
subscribe
punk
if you
music.
if you want to. Please make sure to like if you liked. Make sure to click that little bell notification down below as well. Really helps us out in the algorithm we call YouTube. Wyatt, secret word.
Secret word is McCartney.
Go down to the comments, type in McCartney. It really helps us out as well, just to get us, you guys active. It really helps us, and we like to see it. So, we'll see you next week.
Next time we do hot takes, we better be movies.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
and bye-bye.